Okay, you guys, this is Nano Reefer. I'm going to be showing you guys today how to make coral food. It will eventually end up being a little container like this. You shut off all the filtration systems and whatnot. Try and leave the light on though. And what you do is you take some of this and slurp it up into here, and just go right over the coral. Just shoot a little bit of it into the coral. Coral close up and eats it, obviously. And it'll help grow your coral, help colors, give it brighter colors, give it truer colors. It'll help the growth rate, obviously, because you need food, light, and whatnot to grow, because it is basically a plant. This will help speed up the process and have it with a little bit better color. So the things you're going to need is a small cup, or in this case a Rubbermaid snap tight little Tupperware. It doesn't have to be super big. This is just your salt water from your aquarium, just a little bit of it, about that much, maybe a little more, a little less, depending on how much you're making at once. So you're going to need that with some salt water in it. You're going to need this stuff, the Cytofreeze, or Cytofreeze. This is basically a beneficial plankton that I don't know where the heck they got it or how they got it. This you could feed to your fish, your coral, pretty much everything in your tank will eat it, so that's good. Definitely need this. You could buy a small little jar for $14.99. At least that's how much I paid for it. See, $14.99. Not too expensive. Comes with a lot, and it goes a long ways for this little thing. This probably lasts you about 6 to 10 months, depending on how big your tank is and how often you feed your coral. Next thing you're going to need is Kent Marine microvert food. If you have soft corals, microverts, and small filter feeder coral in your tank. This is mainly for bubble anemones. It's a lot of soft coral. Zinnias. I believe you can also use it for whatever. It's pretty much an all-purpose food. It has a lot of the minerals and all that stuff in it that you're going to need. You can buy vitamin supplements for it, like calcium, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin B, and I think vitamin A you put in there as well. I don't do those. I just kind of stick with this stuff. My coral growth and color, since I've been doing this, seems to come quite a long ways. And then the last thing that you're going to need, this is for the bigger corals that, like a big colony of zinnias, they will actually eat these. Cyplarina brine shrimp. These are super little crustaceans. My zinnia, they eat it. My clownfish eat it. My blue tang eats it. Whatever floats to the bottom, my bottom feeders like the snails and hermit crabs, they eat it as well. So this is pretty much for everything in your tank. If you want to, you could add in some of this, the Ocean Nutrients Prime Reef Flakes. There's really no point to it other than you're just creating an all-purpose food, so you could basically just take it and dump it in. I wouldn't recommend dumping this whole thing into your tank, because it will, 1, become murky, 2, cloudy, and 3, your sand will look disgusting. Alright, so let's get started here. First, just your cup of salt water, open it up. Get your brine shrimp. This takes a few minutes, that's why I'm putting it in here. Make sure this is about room temperature. Take one of these like little cube guys. Yes, it's frozen. Just plop it on in there. Don't put the wrapper in there like I just did. Put that in the trash. So these are just, only put 1 cube in. 1 cube goes a long ways. As you can see here, it's already starting to break up. Give this about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to help speed up the process by constantly stirring it. So yeah, do this until it's thoroughly broken apart, or pretty close to thoroughly broken apart, because you don't want that whole chunk just plopping in there, because there's going to be a whole bunch of brine shrimp everywhere. And no, these are not live. Okay, there you can see the brine shrimp is fairly dissolved in there. There's just those 2 little chunks. Those will break up while we're mixing everything else in. So that's done. Next thing is this Cytofreeze. We put this in there so that way it helps absorb the fluids and whatnot. You can put it in your tank just like this. Your fish will eat it. I'll do a later video on how to make pellets out of it for your fish to eat. But you just put this in there so it absorbs and helps absorb this into it, so it's kind of like a multi-food purpose type thing. And just put about 2 or 3 pinches in there. That's what I do. Kind of crumble it up, helps break apart faster. Get your little injector thing, stir that up a little bit, help mix it all throughout. As you can see, that's coming together nicely. Whew, stinky though. Good thing I'm not eating this. So there's that. Those 2 things are done. Last but not least is this microvert food. It says to apply this to your tank every 2 to 3 days. About 3 drops per gallon. What I'm going to do in this is I'm going to put 32 drops, since this is going to last me about a week. I have a 28 gallon Nano Reef Aqua tank. The reason I'm going to do 30 is just to get all these nutrients into there. So what you do, don't just start dripping it in there because you're going to get the nasty fluids. Mix it all up, get all the vitamins, calcium, magnesium, so on and so forth, get that all stirred up in it. Open it up, put some drops in. There's 30. Let's mix this up a little bit. I think I'll put a little bit more into there. Yeah, I'll put some more in. There we go. Yeah, look at that latte going. Yeah, yum. Okay, so there's that. This is just my other little bit that I still have left over from mixing a batch up earlier before the video. I'm just going to combine the 2, so that way I have an extra container. And in there's just some pellets from this. This is another food that I mixed up. It's just some ocean life food with a oh, that's not good. Yeah, overflow. Yeah, this creates a little bit of a mess. So if your mom doesn't like a mess in the kitchen, I advise you either waiting till she leaves to do this, or do it when she's not home. So let's clean this mess up. And then as the week goes on, you can add a little bit here, a little bit there, add some more calcium, magnesium, whatever you do. So yeah, there it is. Right on the lid. If you have a little brother, sister, not food, hopefully they can read, because this probably tastes absolutely disgusting to a human. But the coral absolutely loves it. If you watched the video in the beginning, my little intro thing, that's my tank. You could see, yeah, Xenia colony there. I had that about a week and a half. It's grown about an inch in that amount of time. I know, wow. I don't know how, whether it's just lighting or whatnot, or maybe it just wasn't fully open at the aquarium store or whatnot. So just take this extra little bit, do whatever, put it in your tank while it's waiting for a while. The other stuff is finally curing together and whatnot. Just rinse that out, do whatever, you know. And then what I do is I take this little eyedropper, whatever the heck it's called, thing. There we go. The 4 ounce, 8 ounce, and 12 ounce. 4, 8, and 12. What I do is I just stick it in, bring this back to about 4 ounces, or not 4 ounces, 4 milliliters. Say this is the coral head. Just come up to it and go right in it and go. And he eats it and pull this out. The same thing with anemones or whatever you're feeding. If you're feeding Xenia, kind of just say these are like the little Xenia polyps. Just take it and kind of over the whole thing, and it'll absorb it all. Yeah, so that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe. Any questions, message me or leave them in the comment section. Once again, Nano Reefer, thank you very much.